All right, welcome back, everybody. It is Monday, September 6th, 2021. Want to cover what was in the headlines yesterday. Talk about the 33-year-old former Marine who reportedly killed four in Florida. Death of the Girls Aloud singer Sarah Harding at 39, reportedly from breast cancer. And also, somebody asked if we can look into the death of Fuquan Johnson, the comedian. Supposedly had fentanyl-laced coke, which caused an overdose. This in the headlines on 5/9, and we know all about Black History in 59. We'll see how this story fits right in with the perfect pattern we've been documenting for so many years straight. But let's start here with the ExMarine, the 33-year-old ExMarine who reportedly killed four, including a 3-month-old baby. Again, remember, just so often in these tragic headlines, you'll read 4 dead. More than any other number, 4 dead. And of course, 4 is associated with death. In the Far East, in Mandarin Chinese and in Japanese, you pronounce the number 4 the same way you pronounce death. And they say this former Marine was named Brian Riley. We just had a Riley story out of Afghanistan with the airport tragedy and supposedly the 13 Marines killed. The first one named was Riley. But notice how in Gematria, Riley is 33, like Marine, like Masonry, like Federal, like secrecy, like order, like police. The story comes from the police. We have a nation of police and military, which are essentially paid for mercenaries to protect the tyrants that rule over this criminal nation. But just again and again, former military, mass shooters, 33 years old. I mean, how many times have we covered this exact same scenario over the years? It's just like rinse and repeat, rinse and repeat. And so many of these stories do come out of Florida, big military state. So the other 33 here is where it happened. Lakeland, FL, like how you'd write the location on a piece of postage. But Lakeland, Florida, where the I don't know if they're going to count this as a mass shooting. Supposedly a former Marine goes in and kills a family in a home. They said the dispute started, they said, Saturday evening, September 4th, and then he came back early around 4:30 a.m. Sunday, September 5th, and killed the family, the people in the house. And with regards to 4:30 a.m., the time of the killing, remember, in Gematria, killing is 43, so is Florida. And then with regards to the date of September 5th, you can write that date 5/9. In Jewish Gematria, kill is 59. 59 is the 17th prime. Kill's also 17 in the most pure. So fitting date for killing. But again, just former military, 33 years old, just such a redundant pattern. And it's like, how don't people notice this? Just again and again, a 33-year-old former military. It just makes you think about the Manchurian Candidate film series, the older one and the newer one, where they have a certain sect where they take certain military people and mind control them and raise them to be killers. It's like they constantly need a terrible tragedy in the headlines. Keep the vibration real low. Keep the populace in fear. Worried about the same old, same old. Do we need to take away the guns? All these crazy former military people. But yeah, I just don't get how people don't see the patterns. I mean, even without Gematria, it's just the same old numbers, same old story. And with regards to the singer, Sarah Harding of Girls Aloud, dead at 39 from breast cancer. Notice her name, or the name Gematria of the group, Girls Aloud. Just right away you see the 118 in it. When you run the alphabetic order in reverse, cancer is 118. Talked about so many cancer deaths in 118 over the years. Suspicious celebrity deaths with cancer in 118. But Girls Aloud 118, and then Girls Aloud's also got Gematria 46 and 62, just like the word sacrifice. Girls Aloud's 152. This death comes right as the 152nd season of the college football season's getting underway. One of the big upsets this weekend was Pennsylvania winning. Pennsylvania equals 152. Upset Wisconsin on the road. And I'm guessing that that's ultimately what this death has to do with. It is just a sacrifice to start the 152nd college football season. Bobby Bowden of Florida State just died. That was a big storyline last night. They say the greatest game Bobby Bowden ever coached in. It was a game that he lost, but they call it the greatest game ever played, and it was between Florida State and Notre Dame. So you got Florida State and Notre Dame playing each other right after Bobby Bowden's death, where that's the big topic during the game. But here's the thing that you can see that it doesn't look like cancer is what took this lady. It was another ritual murder blamed on cancer. With regards to girls allowed equaling 62, the same as sacrifice, the same as Faustian bargain, which is a deal with the devil. From her birthday, November 17th, to her death, September 5th, that was her 293rd day of her age, which is the 62nd prime number. And notice her birthday is November 17th. That's the day leaving 44 days left in the year. Again, in the most simple cipher, Cancer is 44. When you run it in reverse, it's 118, right? And that most simple cipher, chemo's 44, kills 44, So, again, if you're new here, gematria is based on the alphabetic order forwards and backwards with the rules numerology. And the day she died, September 5th, that date can be written 5/9, like 59. That's the 17th prime. Kills also 17. And again, in Jewish gematria, most important cipher outside of the base ciphers, kills 59. So I don't think Sarah Harding really went from cancer. I think that's just what's being reported. And again, I would wager that, the psychopath killers who murder by numbers, who make songs and movies about it, I would wager that it's because the 152nd college football season just got underway. Again, this is what you start to realize, how the world of entertainment's all connected. Ritual sacrifice for the new sports season. So Girls Aloud fits in with the ritual. And if you watch yesterday's stream, at the end of it, I just threw in how it was Sunday, September 5th, and the only ranked game was the Catholic school, Notre Dame 95. I mentioned how the opposing coach was coming in with 41 wins and how those numbers connect to Notre Dame. And sure enough, Notre Dame ends up winning with 41 points on a 41-yard field goal after starting the game with a 41-yard touchdown pass to the tight end who wears 87. And, of course, tight end's 87, and that's why almost every tight end wears 87. But the quarterback even finished the game with 4 touchdowns and 1 pick on 35 attempts with the Catholic school in a battle of 2 teams wearing gold helmets, right? First week of the NFL season, or not NFL, college football season, only game on a Sunday in the ranked games. The Sun and Alchemy. Well, the Sun is gold in Alchemy. And so, again, you think about it. You got 2 teams with gold helmets on a Sunday, right? The symbolism. And keep in mind that all weekend, CNN was having a field day with the Florida football games with the stadiums at max capacity while COVID cases are rising. And then this big game, to start the season, Notre Dame. We know that the entire COVID pandemic's a Catholic Jesuit agenda. But you got, CNN saying, like, is this going to result in a much bigger outbreak in Florida? All these packed fans with no, packed stadiums for the football games with no masks. And remember, for this game in this opening week, you got the Catholic school playing the Native American school, right? Just like how the COVID pandemic happened right after the Native American team won Super Bowl 54, Jesuit Order 54, natives, disease, illness, purposeful spreading. You know what I mean? The historical symbolism. Christopher Columbus, paid for by the Catholic Church, comes over here and documents how easy it is to wipe out the native population who don't have gunpowder. But the other thing about this ritual is yesterday Notre Dame became 5-6 versus Florida State all-time, like 56. Of course, Society of Jesus is 56, as is coronavirus. When you run it in reverse, Society of Jesus is 79, like how there were 79 points scored in the game, 41-38. Reminding of Anthony Fauci, the Jesuit. Fauci equals 95. Anthony Fauci equals 56. Pandemic declared on his 79th day of being 79 years old. But you can see just the way the media is covering it and just all these excuses they come up with, I'm sure in the days ahead they'll be blaming, the football season and the packed stadiums and the no masks for the surging numbers in Florida. And then meanwhile, it'll be like, is there really even any surging numbers in Florida? Or are they just reporting this shit? And but yeah, you can just see how they manufacture it all. It's just all on script, so perfectly on script. And with regards to this news in the headlines on September 5th, comedian Fuquan Johnson and two others dead from fentanyl-laced drugs at Venice party. This news breaks at September 5th, right? Here, let's just decode this in real time. But again, if you're new here, in the most simple cipher, the alphabetic order: Slave 59, Negro 59, Blues 59, Rasta 59. Given this lesson a million times. Black men dead in the headlines on 59 dates again and again. And in this case, it's Fuquan Johnson, whose name equals, would you believe it, 59, right? His name is 59. And Johnson, the surname alone, is 95. Date can also be written 9-5. So what a day to read about the death of Fuquan Johnson. And says a writer for the TV series Comedy Parlor Live has died along with two others unidentified victims after apparently overdosing on fentanyl-laced cocaine at a Venice, California party on Friday. So the party was on September 3rd, right? 9-3. So we have another black man dead in the world of entertainment in numbers that clearly relate to Jesus, right? Jesus on the cross, the crucifix. And again, the only physical description of Jesus in the Bible would lead you to believe that he was a black man, but crucifix 93, God's son 93, Nazareth 93, and I know I've covered the heroin 93 deaths a million times before, because heroin's also 93. Fentanyl is essentially heroin. So, I mean, do you think this was an accident? If this is really what he died from, I guarantee you he was given an intentional hot dose. And, they're reporting on it, 2 days later by the numbers. I don't know about this Comedy Parlor Live. Let's look up this show. I'm not familiar. Comedy Parlor Live. Quarantine edition, huh? Is that all there ever was? Or IMDb took the dates off everything recently. Comedy Parlor Live Quarantine Edition brings an all-star cast of comics to your living room. But I mean, yeah, I don't need to see anymore. It's obvious that that's what they did. Yeah, I'll just remind that the whole thing with fentanyl and celebrity deaths started with Prince on the 93rd Meridian, just outside Minneapolis, Minnesota, the 93 city. But yeah, you look up Minnesota's coordinates, the 93rd Meridian. So, heroin, fentanyl. Heroin capital of the world is Afghanistan, the plus 93 international dialing code. Here, let's see if we can find his birthday. Fuquan Johnson birthday. Is it out there? Let's see. Well, this has he died Saturday, September 4th. They're saying the overdose was Friday, September 3rd. He was 42 years old. I mean, are you kidding me? So he was 42. I'm always talking about how they bring 42 and 59 together. Again, if you haven't read my first book, chapter 18 is about the killing, the rituals they do with black people, and how so many of them are killing rituals that bring 42 and 59 together. Slavery's 42, slave is 59. You think about Black History Month, ends on the 59th day of the year, February 28th. February is the 42 month, 4259. Motown came out in 59, in Detroit on the 42nd parallel. The not nice N-word is 42. You know what I mean? Jackie, 42. So many things in black history. 42, 59. And so now we have a 42-year-old comedian. The news of his death on 5/9. I'm not sure this is right that he died September 4th. He might have, though. They said they overdosed on Friday. It's possible, like, they get him late Friday night and then official time of death, September 4th. And notice when I just wrote out Johnson a second ago, notice Johnson's also got that 94 in it, right? September 4th, if that's the day he officially died, the news on 9/5. December 3rd birthday. Here, let's see. So December 3rd, 2020 would have been his last birthday. They're saying the overdose was September 3rd, 2021. That's 274 days later. The Jesuit motto is Sus hominum salvator is 274. The news on September 5th, if you count the Spanish days, is 277 days, the 59th prime number. Again, Fuquan Johnson, 59. The date can be written 5/9. It's also a span of 9 months and 3 days. Amazing. So, yeah, just another 4259 ritual. Here, let me see if there's anything with this show that he was on. Comedy Parlor Live. Do we check the gematria on that? It's got the 88 like poison. But yeah, I mean, again, I just don't know how people don't see the redundant patterns and the rituals with the same numbers over and over. It's just, I don't know. People are, it's like they want to remain ignorant. That's what it is. Just people want to remain ignorant. I was just talking to one of these people yesterday. They just start, like, oh, I can't follow it. It's too many numbers, and you're like, all I just told you about was two numbers. Two numbers was too many. Okay, I guess your mind is very slow. So I don't know, but we'll keep it short and sweet, you guys. We'll leave it there for now, and